Okay, here we are ready to learn about histograms. For those of you in the class doing this for homework, we are on page 21 in our lovely packet. For anyone else that just wants to learn how to do a histogram, feel free to just follow along. Okay, so shown below are current averages of all the students in your class in no particular order. Class 1 with a whole bunch of grades. We're going to fill in the frequency table to create a histogram. So in order to make a histogram, you do need a table. So you're going to start by tallying, and then we'll talk about the frequency. So the first thing I want to do is look at the interval that I'm given. It's 21 to 30. So now I'm going to look at my grades and see if I have any grades that fall in that interval from 21 to 30. I have here 26, and that's it. So just one, and the frequency then would be 1. Now I go back and see if I have any grades between 31 and 40. I have 32, so I'm going to cross that off and then tally it. I have, that's it, so there's just one. 41 through 50, any 40s, nope, no tally, so that would be 0 on my frequency. 51 to 60, I have a 55. 59, 2 tallies. We have 60. It's another tally. 54 is another tally. And that's all. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the frequency on that one. Frequency meaning how many times it happens. Okay? So now 61 to 7, we have 70, we have 68, so that's 1 slash. And we have 64, that's going to be another slash for my tallies. And that's it. So the frequency there is 1, 2 times. 71 to 80, 79, that's 1. 77 will give me another one. 76 will give me another one. And we have 73, that's one more. So again, this one is a frequency of 4 like the other one. 81 to 90, 90 will count as 1. 86 is another, 85 is another, 81 is another, and 83. Oh, finally I get to do the slash across for a frequency of 5. And then from 91 to 100, we have 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 slashes, which makes a frequency of 3. Okay, you filled out your table, we're all good to go. Now we have to talk about the actual histogram, which is going to go on this graph here. We want our interval to be along the bottom. So we're going to put grade interval. And make sure when you're making a histogram, you always label. Okay, your grade interval will be over here, and that's going to leave the frequency to go up the side over here. Frequency. Okay, so we have that done. Now we have to figure out how we're going to mark off the bottom for our grade interval. So now we have 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and so on, all the way up to 100. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections that we need to fit all along our graph here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I am going to do every other. And the reason why is because I don't want this to be too smushed. So I'll have my 21 to 30 here. I'll have 31 to 40 here. 41 to 50. 51 to 60. 61 to 70. 71 to 80. 81 to 90. And 91 to 100. Okay, now a histogram really looks like a bar graph, which I know you have seen before. You might not know what I'm talking about, but when we're finished with this, you'll. Okay, so now frequencies. My highest frequency is 5, and my lowest is 0. So again, if I only count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, which I can, it's going to look a little bit smushed, and I want to be able to analyze my data, so I want to spread it out a little bit. So I'm going to again count by 2s. So 1 here, and then skip 2, skip 3, skip 4, skip 5. Okay, and that's going to make it easier for me to read my chart when we're done. So 21 to 30, we had a frequency of 1, so that means we're going to make a line up at 1. And you can color it in however you want to, and I'm going to put on top 1 because there was 1. From 31 to 40, again, I had 1, so I'm going to do the same thing. 1, and I'll do polka dots on this one because I like to make them look different. Okay. We did not have anything for 41 to 50, so I don't have to put anything there. From 51 to 60 was 4, so for this section here, we want to go up to 4. And you could probably see now the bar graph forming. Okay, and that was a frequency of 4. From 61 to 70, we had a frequency of 2, so I'm going to go where my 2 is and carry that over to here. That's 2. And from 71 to 80, that one's 4, so we're going to be back up here with this one. Four. Shade it in a little bit. Our next one, 81 to 90, is all the way up at 5, so I have to go a little higher on that one. And I'll leave that one blank since it's so big. And then the last one is 3. So 3 is here. Put it that way. This one's 3, and I'll fill it in with little stars. Because those people got between a 91 and 100. They are superstars. Okay, and that is your histogram. So as you can see, it looks like a bar graph. You have all these different towers, kind of like a city. Frequency up on this side, grade interval down on this side, and then we should be able to check out what percentage of students have above an 80. Well, if they have above an 80, they have to fall in these last two intervals, and that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 students. 8 students, but they asked for percentage, so we need to know out of how many. Okay? They did not tell us how many grades there were, so we're going to have to count them. And it will be easier to use our frequency to do that. So 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14, 18, 19, 20. So it's going to be 8 out of 20 students. That's the percentage, but that's not in a percent, that's just in a fraction. So in order to find that, I'm going to do 8 divided by 20, and I get a decimal of 0.4. Now I can do two things. I can just swoop my decimal 2 places to the right to turn it into a percent, or I can take my 0.4 and multiply it by 100. It does the same thing. Gives me 40%. Okay? And that's that. So after seeing this one done, if you're in my class, you're going to flip over to page 22. And you are going to attempt to do this one on your own. It is very similar to the first one, so watch the video as many times as you need. Pause, repeat, do what you need, and good luck. If you have any questions, you know how to reach us.